Oakland.
Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. We're chatting behind the scenes. I am so happy New Year to everyone. And Rochel, this is, I'm always coming out excited, but Rochel, you are the picture of health. I have to say that. So welcome, Rochel Marie Lawson with Blissful Living. And if you know me, Rochel, I've gained a lot of weight. This has been tougher for me at 58. It's not coming off like I feel like a kid. So I guess that's a good thing, but the body weight doesn't come off. So I am excited at the end of the year of 2020 to talk to you about getting healthy for 2021 and what that looks like for us. And I love that you concentrate just on women.
I do. I do.
You concentrate on women?
Yeah, I
Women's
focus
health?
on women.
Mm-hmm, but oh no! Also, are we a little glitch here? So, hello everyone. So you're in San Antonio. Okay.
You know what? We're having some. Maybe if I put my, let me put my.
I know. I feel like our sound is a little bit off. How is your? Are you hearing me? Okay.
I hear you fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Put your headphones on. That's cool.
No, never mind. It's not the right connector.
So Rochel, I'm just going to tell while you're putting it on, I'll just let everyone know that Rochel was telling me that that's okay. You do focus on women's health. You are currently in San Antonio, Texas, but you also live in California. And when did you start? Tell us your history. Who is Rochel Marie Lawson?
Oh, well, that'll take forever. No, I'm kidding.
So did you? So who?
I'm kidding. I'm Rochel Marie Lawson. I'm a successful business owner, entrepreneur, as well as a registered nurse and a holistic nurse practitioner. And I am actually stepping into 2021 with it being my 31st year of being a registered nurse. I'm no longer in clinical practice, but health and wellness is very near and dear to me. And specifically, what I practice is holistic health and wellness, and that's what I share with my clients. So yeah, that's me. I mean, I have two businesses. One I've had for 30 years. It's a telecommunication installation company located in the heart of Silicon Valley, San Jose. It's a top 50 women-owned business in Silicon Valley for many consecutive years. And then on top of that, I have a what I like to call a dream lifestyle business where I've helped my clients to elevate their lives, turning their passion into profit, and just really stepping into living the life of their dreams. And what I focus on are the very main components of wellness, number one, wisdom and wealth. And with the combination of those being synergistically balanced, you really can step into living the life of your dreams. And I do that all holistically. So it's kind of different, but I'm here to tell you that it works. And I've been doing it for a long time and have a lot of successful stories to share with people that have allowed me to help them step into really, truly identifying and then living their dream life. And that's me.
So
I have kids and I'm a grandmother and all that good stuff as well. But in my mind though, I'm really I'm in my mind I'm only 29. So and that's
you look like you're 29.
Thank you. I'm
looking at you. You're 29. Look at you. 31 years in nursing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like the Doogie Howser of nursing. You look like a kid. I love it.
I don't know how that happened since I'm only 29, but 31 years. Yeah. And it's been a very, very beautiful, very rewarding career. My background is emergency room trauma nursing. I'm in a clinical arena. So my heart and soul goes out to all the first responders and the healthcare professionals on the line of duty in stepping into their great purpose of taking care of others during this very, very stressful and challenging time that we're experiencing. So my heart and soul goes out to all of you. I am standing with you guys in solidarity, because I know if I was still in clinical practice, I'd be working still in the emergency department and still doing the best I can to save the lives of my patients that can come in. So kudos to all of you. I don't think the public can really thank you enough for the work and the sacrifice that you were doing to help us all to be better, stay better, get better, and get over this very serious challenge that we're facing right now. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's to everyone, first responders, paramedics, all medical professionals in the hospital, everybody doing their outside the hospital, everybody that's focused on helping us to be healthy and well. Thank you so much for your grace.
My dad used to say, nurses are special people. And I grew up in the promotional products business. So my dad would have pens and lip balms, and he had a ileostomy. So he was in the hospital a lot, and he would have a drawer. He'd empty out a drawer when he got to the hospital, and he would throw in all of the pens that are special people, anything that he could give to a nurse, whatever it was that he had bought. And every nurse that came in would get gifts from my father just to let them know how special they are. So thank you. We grew up, we love that. But you guys, so the 3 W's, wealth, wisdom, and
wellness.
What was the other one? Wait.
Wellness.
Wellness. I'm thinking wait, because that's what I have my problem is. So very brilliant. And what
we can work on that too. We have things to work on that too. Because that's really part of if that's something you identify that you want to work on with your well-being, then that's really part of it. You know, so I have some goodies for that as well. But yeah, wellness, wisdom, and wealth. So the WWW effect.
I love that. Powerful. And those are wrestling words. But okay, so now what happened in 2020? So last March, or you were a little earlier in California when you first learned about COVID, and how you right away probably realized that your work and what you do for your line of work really can help those of us that are all of a sudden being in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah. So actually in February, I was down in Australia on a speaking tour, and I was actually coming back into the US on March 1st, headed back to San Antonio. So I had a connection. My flight was from Sydney to San Francisco, and then I had a layover, and then from San Francisco to to San Antonio. And so, you know, I barely got back into the country through the hair of my chinny chin chin. And then I believe March 2nd and 3rd, California shut down, and then Texas shut down, I think March 8th. So, yeah, it was great. Interesting story I tell is, as I'm on my way back, my last leg coming in from San Francisco to San Antonio, I was so excited because I got upgraded. And after that long flight from Sydney, just kind of, you know, was going to kind of feel nice to have that 3-4 hour flight where I could stretch out a bit. Well, I get to my seat, and the gentleman next to me was coming in, and, you know, he sits down and he's hacking and coughing and, you know, kind of looks a mess. And so we start talking, and I'm like, oh, he goes, where are you coming from? I said, I'm coming in from Sydney. Where are you coming from? Well, he was coming from Hong Kong. So immediately, you know, my mind goes into, I'm a healthcare professional, so my mind goes into COVID. So I start doing, I pull out my holistic stuff that I carry with me wherever and whenever I travel. And I was just and then I just had a really positive mindset, because my mindset is I don't get sick, and I don't get sick. So I just kept that and focused, and lo and behold, now I don't know if that gentleman had COVID. My intuition tells me he did, but I've been healthy and well since. And so, yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? But
Wow. So, you know, you were saying something about, you were talking about, first of all, holistic. So can you, because that's an interesting term. And so can you give us an overall definition of holistic, especially in 2020, 2021?
Yeah, so holistic is all about taking care of the whole being, which is our mind, our body, and our spirit or our soul. And when all of those are in balance and harmonistically flowing together, then that person is in balance and they radiate health and well-being in their mind, body, and spirit. Now, there are people that can be balanced in one or two of those areas, or, but if they're not all three balanced, there's things that will show up. And so holistic means taking care of the whole person, the whole being, so to speak, and making sure that we do that in natural ways and holistically, where we're utilizing the goodness of the earth to heal the mind, body, and spirit.
So that's exactly what was needed in March. So when this came out, people had the overwhelming, you're nervous and scared, right? You hear of COVID, we don't know what's going on. So I felt it. The fear would creep up like the bottom of my feet to the top of my head. Then you're watching the news because you got to know what's going on. So you've got all of this information coming at you, and we're watching the healthcare workers, cry for more, product. It's just so PPE and the ventilators. And then we're home and shopping is a little harder. Getting what you need is harder. Getting fresh fruits and vegetables all of a sudden become hard. Prices are soaring. And those were really the three biggest problems I think that most people were having and are still having right now. So were you really busy? Were you helping people? What did you do to try to help others during this crisis?
So what I did was I really disseminated information, and in the beginning, like with everything, actually, I want to say throughout this pretty much this whole process, there's been misinformation disseminated to the public, and unfortunately, people always cling on to the negative stuff or the stuff that's just wayward and they don't necessarily dig in or do any research to find out the truth for themselves. So basically what I did was try to educate people as best as I could with regards to the knowledge that I was getting. I'm still connected to the California Nurses Association, and they're very proactive. And so I have a lot of resources that I can get bona fide information from as it's being doled out. Also, I had my daughter actually did come down with COVID, and she recovered nicely. But in the process of just helping others and helping her to recover, there was some things that I would share with people that they could do, for one, to prevent, and two, if they, tested positive, because testing positive and actually having, being symptomatic and then being very symptomatic, there's many tiers to that. And so I tried to educate people about that as well, because you can test positive and not have any symptoms and never get anything, but maybe feeling a little tired or something, but you're still very contagious. And so I try to just educate about the importance of wearing a mask, whether you believe it or not. My philosophy is, protect. In order for us to get through this, we have to protect our heart and soul of all of us in the United States. And whether you believe it to be real or not, fake, whatever, and you don't believe a mask will help, well, there's somebody that's walking by you that has a chronic illness, and you not wearing a mask could potentially put them in the hospital ICU on a ventilator and potentially cause them to die. And so because we don't know what people have, it's just a way of just kind of being protective and respectful of others. I mean, when somebody holds the door open for you, you say thank you. The word please, when you need, can I please have, that those are things that we teach our kids when we're little, to be respectful of others. And so this is just another component of teaching us that we need to be respectful of others no matter what. And so, of course, washing your hands. And as a healthcare professional, we wash our hands so much. And even though I'm not in clinical practice, I still advocate washing hands. I remember doing a little thing with some kindergartners quite a few years back, and having them wash their hands prior to colds and flu seasons to see if it increased the attendance during that time period. And it increased the attendance 95% just by teaching those little ones how to properly wash their hands. And so it's very important. And of course, hand sanitizers for the temporary things, but nothing beats good old fashioned hand washing after you've been out all day using hand sanitizer or whatever. So, just a lot of education, a lot of holistic things I share with people. And then the other thing with regards to, you think of the physical well-being, there's a mental component, and we've been seeing some things come out. We've had a lot of stuff happening this 1 year, right? A lot that, I don't think that has happened in like the last 40 years combined. But, we've seen people suffering from depression or other mental health challenges. And we've seen some of these people actually take their own lives because they're so isolated and confined. And so you have to deal with the mental aspect, or the wisdom, the mindset aspect as well. And then our wealth. When this first happened, I went to the grocery store and I was like, oh my gosh, there was absolutely, I was in Texas at the time, so there was absolutely no meat. I mean, absolutely no meat in the meat section. This is a huge super grocery store, no meat. That tripped me out. And then, just walking through the store and seeing the shelves empty, no toilet paper and all kind of stuff. And so it put people in a panic. And then as things were coming back in the store, you see the prices going up. What you used to pay for a 36 pack of bottle of water, now you're paying $2 more for a 24 pack bottle of water. Toilet paper that used to cost you $6 for 6 rolls is
Oh, bless you. Oh, no. During this conversation, Rochel, come back. It's interesting. I have to say this. And, I wear a mask. If you know me, I have a mask. Of course I wear a mask. But I don't judge someone who's not wearing a mask. I don't even sometimes notice, because I just, in my heart, know that I'm not put on this earth to judge other people as far as what they wear. Hi, Rochel. We lost you.
I don't know what happened, but I was here the whole time. I could see you, and it just kind of all of a sudden, I guess probably I was talking too much, but it just kind of a sudden, all of just, I disappeared, but I figured it out.
You did disappear. Let me find you. I got to find you now. Let's see. Where are you? There we go. Let me put you in the. Okay. It was okay. Oh, you look great. So interesting. I was saying when you were gone that it's funny. I'm always wearing a mask. The thought of ever making someone sick, I just don't know if I can live with that. But I also don't judge people that don't wear masks, because I really almost just in my mind just say, if you don't wear them, it's okay. Maybe they just got over it or whatever the reasons are. So I never make that kind of fuss, but I make sure myself, in the beginning it was a little harder. But so we're talking about the wealth part of this. So you were telling the story about going into the grocery store, which really did remind me of 1918, the history of a pandemic and what was going on, the waiting of lines, the waiting for hours for food and rations. That really scared me. Rochel, I actually think that was like one of the hardest things for my brain to wrap itself around.
Yeah. When I shared the story of going in the grocery store and not seeing any meat in this large, super grocery store, absolutely no meat whatsoever, was really a trip. And I do want to say, I don't judge people if they don't wear a mask, because again, I don't know their circumstances, but as a healthcare professional, and I've seen so many healthcare professionals die, again, it's just a matter of respect that, again, you may not have it, but you may, and you just don't know who you're walking by that may be really sick, and you don't know that because no one wears that on their forehead. So I'm not judging. I'm just putting it out there just as a matter of respect. We should all be trying to do the best we can when we're in public to circumvent the spreading of this disease that is now mutated in strains of it are in the U.S. But back to the wealth. So back to the wealth. It's just a trip. It's very sad to see that we are in this state of being, and it's always in times that like this that people that have the most will profit off of those that don't. And so when I went to the grocery store and saw what used to cost $6 for a roll, 6 rolls of toilet paper, now it costs $8.50. Or, I used to get 36 bottles of water and now I'm only getting 24 for $2 more. that's something that we need to pay attention to. And so it's all about managing our money. And really, it's been a phenomenal time for people that have a passion to turn that passion into their purpose and profit. And so I've helped many ladies and one gentleman do that. And they were not self-employed, and they were furloughed and, laid off and that things. And we identified what they're passionate about and helped them turn that into profit. And they got their little business going and things are going great. And they were able to make money. And some of these people made more money doing what they're doing now than they were making at their jobs. So it's been interesting. It's been an interesting time. But I'm here to share that I'm here to help anyone that wants to elevate their lives in all those areas on one particular arena of the areas of wellness, wisdom, and wealth. Because I want us all to thrive and do what we're here to do. And I must say, 2021 is bringing in the age of Aquarius. So the astrological experts say, and me being an Aquarius, that's vibrant, sassy, sexy, go get your money, your health, and whatever else you want type of mindset and energy. And so, so we have nothing but positive things to look forward to. No matter where people are right now in their life, no matter what you're going through, there's always somebody doing way worse than you. And two, there's always, but the most important thing, the second thing is it's always something to be grateful for. And when you tap into being grateful,
I love that.
You get more things to be grateful for, right? And I don't care if it's, you just have, somewhere warm to sleep or whatever, or you're up and you're thankful that you can breathe today and you're not COVID positive, right? Or whatever. There's always something to be grateful for. And that's the energy that we got to cling on to and hold on to, because the more we're grateful about, the more grateful things will happen and the more we'll have to be grateful about. So let's tap in and hold on to that energy and hold on to that positivity and this kick in 2021 and tell Miss as my kids call it, or the youngsters call it, the Rona, tell the Rona, aka COVID-19, that we ain't playing no more and she has got to go. And there we go.
I love that. I started practicing gratitude when I was in a meeting. It was supposed to be like 7 years ago, and someone said, you can never feel fear and gratitude at the same time. So if you start feeling fear, then go into like everything you're like just, I have 4 kids. So 37, 32, 25, 3 boys, and my 14-and-a-half-year-old daughter. And when I start thinking about things and accidents or whatever, and I get that feeling of fear, before I let it overwhelm me, I start thinking gratitude. And I'm very grateful myself, just everything that's laid out. But I want to ask you, so I'm a SCORE mentor. I love SCORE, very active with SCORE, which is a part of the Small Business Administration, and we mentor businesses for free. And you were talking about people going into business, and it's interesting because I was going to ask you, and the wealth part about it. It seemed like during COVID, a lot more people were going into network marketing. I saw a lot more of that. And I use a product myself. I could sell it and I love the product. They have a lot of rules around it. Melaleuca, I'm not even sure if I can say the word, but is that what you noticed too with your clients? Were they wanting to get your advice to come out with a health and wellness network marketing product, or were they creating something themselves? Can you give us a little insight of what they were doing or are doing?
Yeah, it was all kind of businesses, and I don't think any of them were health and well related, but it was all kind of different businesses, because what we did was we discovered what their passion was, and within that passion was the opening, the key for the lock that unlocked what they could do with that passion. And so none of them were health and well-being focused.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I felt like I see a lot of that on Facebook, a lot of groups. And then, so when it comes to the wellness part of it, go ahead. You go.
What did you say? Oh, I was gonna say, yeah,
I said,
I
you
forgot
go. Your turn.
there was no MLMs either. Because I like Melaleuca and a bunch of them, and I like their products. But yeah, there was no MLMs. And if someone's coming to me that wants help with their MLM, I'm going to send them back to their upline, because the upline should be helping them to elevate their business, because that's what they're for, and that's how that upline makes all that money. So I'm an expert in, I could tell you how to do business. I've been doing it for 30 years. I'm very successful at it. I'm very intuitive. I'm very gifted. I've invited speaker on Capitol Hill 3 times in the 90s, speaking for small business and women business issues. I've been on many very large corporate boards of director, particularly some healthcare and others. I am a past president of the National Association of Women Business Owners, Silicon Valley, and I sat on that chapter for 7 or 8 years as a board of director. So I can tell people and I can show people how to do business and how to make money and do it successfully in a holistic manner where you're not cutthroat and, and all that. But for MLO people, I can't, because it's a different, I could share business practices for sure, but it's a different type of apple. And, their upline should be really helping them with that. So anyways, yeah.
It's beautiful. I want to hear, before we go, I want to actually learn more about Blissful Living. So your website, which I have underneath, RochelLawson.com. But so what will people find? How can they connect with you? And what would they actually expect from you if they were going from Blissful Living?
So actually the website is not RochelLawson.com. It's actually Blissful Living, the number 4 and the letter U.com. And so I'll say it again, it's Blissful Living, the number 4 and the letter U.com. And I invite everybody that is watching this to go check it out. I have a lot of free stuff on there. But you can also check out things that we're having, things that are going on within our community. And as the year progresses, or I should say, as 2021 begins and rolls out, I've got a lot of free gifts and a lot of good things coming up, particularly the Unstoppable Woman Summit, Turning Your Passion into Purpose, is coming up. Ooh. I've done 2 virtual summits in 2020, and the next one will be in 2021. And then these will hopefully lead into live events that have already been sold out in a few cities in the latter part of 2021, once we kick the coronavirus to the curb. But yeah, so Blissful Living, the number 4 and the letter U.com is the place to get the goodies from me. Lots of goodies.
Okay. I'll fix that. I'm sorry about that. I'll fix that. You know what? It's so interesting because it really is, but it really is like it really is a mindset, right? To think to yourself, okay, blissful living, like, how do I get there? What do I need to do? And work on it every day. And it's interesting because people think it's everything that's around us, but it really starts from in here going out.
Yep. It starts in your mind. And it's amazing. Like, people will say, oh, I'm already living blissful, or I'm already living my dream life. And then I'm like, okay, great. Well, was it what you envisioned when you were a kid, or when you were growing up, or when you were in high school? Did you envision yourself doing what you're doing and living the way you're living right now? 8 out of 10 people will say, no, I didn't. Like, I didn't envision myself being a nurse. I envisioned myself being a broadcast journalist. I would say I didn't envision myself being a business owner, but that's not true, because we played this game when we were 12. I was in the 8th grade, and me and my girlfriends played this game, and it's something about imagination. And I said by the time I'm 22, I will be a business owner, and so on and so forth, and have this kind of car and live in this kind of house. And lo and behold, that happened. But, even at the age of 18, I could not have seen what I was doing at 22 years old. At the age of 18. So, it's amazing when you take time to truly identify what really your dream life is, what unfolds. And so I tell people, we got to start there. And then that goes with your business, your health, all aspects of your life. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really, really cool.
I love that. think about I always had little pictures. I wanted to live in a little house with a little fence, and I never wanted more. I'll tell you, if I had a coach when I was in my like 20s and 30s, if I had personality tests, if I understood myself like I'm trying to now, still working on it, what a difference things would be. But I wouldn't want to be different place than where I am right now. I don't need so much. I can only be in one room at one time, so I'm not sure why people have to have big homes. But I'm happy to be a good mom and a good wife, and to enjoy the pleasures that I have, and being able to have a good heart and a good mind. And yeah, I feel like a lot to be grateful for. I really, so I'm going to go on your site. Do you also, like, when you listen to like mindset meditation YouTube videos or podcasts?
I'm a certified meditation specialist. I create my own meditations and dole them out, and there's free ones, I believe, on my site. Yeah, but I've been doing that. I've been doing the holistic thing for 30 years. So, and I have a whole journey as to why I started at, and even when I was in clinical practice, I would share with my patients holistic things, and so I've been doing it for a long time. But yes, I'm a certified meditation specialist. I've been doing meditation since I was a teen, because I was a type A child, and yeah, so overachiever and all that kind of stuff, athlete, cheerleader, blah 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 blah. But yeah, so meditation has helped to calm the fires of my mind and reveal the love in my heart and soul to come out in a very expressive way. And I agree with you on the fact that if I had a coach when I was 22, first starting my business, 30, or heck, for that matter, even in my early 40s, I would have been a much, I don't know if I would have had a different life, but my mindset and all of this, I think I would have been able to embrace it a lot easier, and to really, I don't want to say enjoy it, because I've enjoyed it, but to really know that it was truly my essence. See, I didn't think it was my essence. I just thought it was something I do. But then I realized it is my essence, and God says, yes, it's your essence. This is the gift I'm giving to you for you to share with the world. So, but a coach definitely would have helped me to understand and embrace that, as a 20, 30, and early 40 something year old. Would have saved a lot of time.
One more though. So if I had to pinpoint something that's the hardest thing for me, it would be at nighttime. I can't stop the thinking, the fire mind. I love that you said that. I'm finding it's even worse lately. I'm just constantly talking to myself, and even if I try to like put on like a little TV or news to try to think of something else, it's weird. Like I still, like, my brain, I can't quiet my mind, and I need some help with it. And so, do you have any meditation that you've done for that? So I tend to do it at nighttime to fall asleep to it, like, so that I have like a way to calm my brain and then go to sleep.
I have a whole little, I call it like a get well sleep kit, that I created for me when I started going through menopause. Because it was like I had no problem sleeping, but then I would wake up in the middle of the night, or just stuff. So and then actually that's not true. I created it quite a while ago for a friend of mine who was going through menopause, and then just kind of reamped it, like iPhone 10, now it's iPhone 12. Well, this is the iPhone 12 version of the program, of the little kit I have. But yeah, one of the things I say, you got to stay away from the blue light. Blue light, any technology. Can I buy that? You know what? Send me your email and I'll send it to you.
I really, that would really be helpful. The blue light, the lights, yes. And
definitely.
I mean, I do everything wrong.
Yeah, it's the blue light. It's the blue light. And then, and the other suggestion I would be also an hour before you think you're going to go to bed, you real and take it from someone like, I have fire mind. I'm always wanting to, girl, I'll work all day long and all night long too. But hour before you go to bed, you really want to create a ritual around that. So you really want to just like stop doing everything Of course, no blue light, but stop doing everything and just allow your body to just kind of relax and slow down. And it's kind of hard because if you're a person that's used to doing stuff, you're going to fight it and you're going to want to do something, but you got to fight that so that you don't do anything. And then it's a whole ritual behind it, but it's in that little kit that I'll send to you.
Oh my God, be huge. Oh, I want to cry with happiness. That's so great. So someone could reach out to you. So they would reach out to you for coaching.
Coaching. I have programs.
What is it that you offer? Just so I have a clue.
They can reach out for me for private coaching, but I also have programs that they can do on their own, self-study. We have group programs that occur throughout the year. So pretty much, if anyone wants to just they can do a little taste. They can order. Let me say, they can get the appetizer. They can get the appetizer and the main meal, and they can get the appetizer, the dessert, the appetizer, main meal, and dessert, and champagne or a glass of their fine wine or whatever is their beverage of choice. If they want to, when they come to work with me. So it's just really dependent on what the person wants and what they're looking for, and what they feel they need at that moment in time when we connect.
I love that. I think that we really have to go into 2021 with a stronger sense of taking care of ourselves, take care of your neighbors, make sure that everyone has a healthy mind. So the 3 W's: wellness, wealth, and wisdom. No, wait. Wellness. Well,
so you can say wellness, wisdom, and wealth.
Wellness, wisdom, and wealth. I love that. Yes. Thanks so much for spending and I can't believe this. So it'll be, I'll talk to you next year. I love this time of year. As a kid, I would say, see you next year. I love it. So what are you doing for New Year's? What's going on in San Antonio too?
I'm staying home.
And what's going on in California with COVID?
I think California, particularly where I lived in Northern California, is shut down, but I'm staying home. You know what? I'm not a youngin', so I don't need to go out. And for one, I wouldn't want to go out at this time in day period, because you never know, again, who you're going to be around, especially if you're having a cocktail or two that may have COVID-19. And so I don't want to put myself in any situations where I don't absolutely have to go out. And so even my kids, the 2 younger ones, the 27 and 30-year-old one, they are staying in as well. My youngest one she's the girl, so she tends to be, the one that's out there the most. But when she's saying she's not going anywhere, and I know in Southern California, they're finding people that have parties $100,000. So it's for real. It's steep. And so my thing is, I'm gonna stay home. I already got me a nice bottle of sparkling wine. Gonna make me some gumbo, and in the African American community, we do collard greens or some type of greens and black-eyed peas for money and good luck, or prosperity and good luck. And I'm gonna have my gumbo, and it's gonna be just a nice time, just chilling and enjoying the transition of 2020 into 2021.
You know what? It's interesting. I do go out, I go out. I'm not saying I don't go out. I do go out, not out to, not like bars or clubs or anything like that. If we go out to eat, we're very careful and all of that. But I was really and I still am worried, when we're back to the real life, how we're all going to, I teach corporate etiquette, by the way. So I'm very conscious of not shaking someone's hand or just virtual etiquette now and corporate etiquette. I think a lot of people, you do become hermit. It's easy to become, in your house all day long. And so people will need to really understand and get their mindset ready to start to go out. I don't know what that's going to look like for some people, but those that are home and that haven't had that luxury to go out they're going to start venturing out, and they're going to need some support.
Well, we can all go out. Here's the thing. You can go out and you can take a walk. And I highly recommend this. If anybody's looking at this, you just go out and take a walk in nature around your neighborhood, whatever. You can do that every day, and you can do that multiple times a day. That breaks up the monotony and the feeling of being closed in, and that the walls inside your house are closing in. So I've been doing that. And instead of getting the quarantine 15, I've actually lost weight. But I also go to the gym too. When Texas opened up, I was able to go back into the gym. But until then, I mean, it was a long time, so 6 months or something like that. I would go out and walk. So even if you have to just go out and sit on your porch, or just sit outside or stand outside, get out of the house, people. You can do that. You know, and do it. You can walk. You don't need your mask on, but if you're going to walk with somebody else, maybe just, whatever. But get out in nature and breathe that air and go for a walk around your neighborhood, or, it does a world of good for your mind and your body, because you get your cardiovascular system going, you get your respiratory system going, and they do need to work. And that helps burn calories, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of things that people discount by just going out and taking a walk, and it just really, really resets your mind for more positivity. Trust me, if you don't believe me and you guys are stuck in the house, do it today. Go out just for 5 minutes and just take a walk and watch how good you feel when you come back.
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I'm going to get out right now. I really am. I'm going to do it. Rochel, so nice to talk to you and to meet you. You're beautiful. You have a lovely smile. You would have made a great journalist too. So, but thank you so much for your time. So I look forward to joining you. I'm going to send you an email on your gift, because I would really like that. And we'll just share, and whatever is new and cool, let us know. And I am excited to just have you here. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of the year. Have a great rest of the year in the next 24 hours.
Thank you. You too. Have a fabulous day. Bye.
Hey, I'm walking. You made me. I'm walking. Thank you. Bye-bye. This is great.